What's up? Welcome to my channel. I talk about self-improvement. This video is about social skills, how to improve your social skills. I met this guy and he told me that he had social anxiety and he wanted to better his social skills. And it was perfect because I know exactly how to improve that. And in this video, I'll explain how you can improve your social skills from the mindset and perspective you're meant to have to the end part where you eventually just start improving and getting better and knowing how to do that. So starting off, the perspective you should have when it comes to your social skills is that whatever you believe is very important. So you just talk about playing confidence, playing just believing in yourself is a very important trait. If you looked at Andrew Tate talks about this concept of that he doesn't believe in anything that takes power away from him or doesn't improve his life or help him in any way. So when he talks about depression, he doesn't believe in depression. He doesn't believe in the concept of depression and the mental illness of depression. He doesn't believe in it, so he doesn't give it attention or doesn't acknowledge it for himself. So when he feels down or anything, he doesn't relate that to depression. He relates that to, I need to do something to make me feel fulfilled, make me feel better, whatever. He takes action. So in saying that, whatever you decide to believe about yourself when it comes to social skills and confidence, if you don't believe that you're a confident person, if you don't believe that you have the ability to socialize effectively, then you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. If you believe you can't do it, then you can't do it. You're right, you can't. But if you believe you can, which is going to take a long journey, which I'll get into next, is important. And that confidence in yourself or that belief that you can actually improve your social skills or in any area in your life is the beginning step. So now that's the first step. First, I need you to rewire your brain and actually act like that you can socialize. All right. And now, if you actually want to gain confidence, the best way to gain confidence to help you with this mindset is to give yourself evidence. Now, someone that is a confident person and someone that lacks the confidence and doesn't have that, the difference is that the confident person has proven to themselves over and over again in some way or some form that they are capable of doing something, so like if you're unconfident and you don't think you can talk to a random person, then you probably lack the evidence. And also it's a part of that thing where you kind of have to always remind yourself about what you actually did that day. So let's say you go to the shop, right, and you get some food or a drink or whatever, and when you order the thing, you go, you might have a little conversation with the cashier person, or you might walk past someone that has a dog, like a little dog, a nice dog, and you go up to them and you go, hey, can I pet your dog please? And you pet the dog and you're like, oh, so nice, so cool, because maybe you have a comfort spot or you have some sort of comfort area when it comes to animals and dogs and pets and stuff. So that might be a good starting point. So anyway, the point is that prove to yourself with little actions that lead up to the big goal anyway, the big conversation, the flow state of knowing a lot of people and socializing and complimenting people and asking people questions and fist pumping, a person here or whatever. To get to that point, you kind of need to prove to yourself that you can do these little things around there. So that's the point, is that like if you lack confidence, you lack the evidence. And so the goal is to kind of prove to yourself with little minimal steps that lead up to the big goal. So what I would suggest you do is practice the opening line, question or compliment over and over and over again. So when you're going about your day, when you go to the shops, when you go for a walk, when you go to school, if you go to work, whatever you're doing, practice asking one of two things: giving a compliment or asking a question. And now giving a compliment based on what they're wearing, based on what they're doing, what they're reading, what action they're taking, whatever. Anything. Ask a question, give them a compliment about anything. Hey, nice sunglasses. Where'd you get them from? Whatever. Start of a conversation, let it flow. The flow of the conversation and what happens after the opener doesn't necessarily matter. It's not as important, because if you start the conversation, it activates a flow state for you to practice when you're during the conversation and getting into it. And the flow state and practicing getting better at during the conversation is only going to get better with the more people you talk to. The more people you talk to, the easier it is to understand humans and people and psychology and body language. Both boxes. The opener, practice that over and over again. Just keep doing that throughout your day. The flow of the conversation in the middle doesn't necessarily matter as much, because once you get experience in that, it will get better and easier over time. Another big thing is parents and body language matter a lot. When it comes to first impressions, the first 5 seconds of a conversation with a person, they're going to be judging you. They're going to be assessing how you look, how confident you seem, your tone, all these little things. These things are beneficial to aiding your luckiness when it comes to having a good conversation. If there's someone that comes up to someone and they're quite, awkward or loud, you know, they come across as a little bit creepy or whatever. It just takes practice to understand how to act confident, or what do confident people do, what do nervous people do, and differentiating the two kind of body language traits and following through with the confident ones. So if you do take care of yourself, which I hope you do, if you watch my videos and you are on your self-improvement journey, make sure you take care of your hygiene, make sure you take care of your looks, make sure you look presentable, wearing outfits and clothes that suit your body type, whatever, and you continue to improve that over time, because that improving your looks and appearance and clothing style or whatever, your hygiene, the way your facial hair looks, all these things, and then also improving how you communicate, how effective you are, how clear you are when you talk, you know, are you loud enough for them to hear you, little things like that is going to be important to show how confident you are, and you're going to get a better reciprocation from that. So the looks and the appearance help out with the first impression of the first 5 seconds, and that's going to benefit you in the long run, because the more, you know, little good conversations you have with people, the more confident you'll be, and it's a snowball effect to then help you as you go on your social skills journey. That's another thing. When it comes to practicing and doing all these things that I've mentioned in this video, you have to remember that every time you do talk to someone and you practice the opening lines and you get to the flow state in the middle part of the conversation, you're asking questions and you're telling stories about yourself, you know, you're cracking a joke here and whatever, that's best case scenario. That will come later on. But when you go about meeting these new people, all bunch of different people, different backgrounds, different ages, whatever, old person, not young person ideally, but yeah, be careful, you can't just talk to anybody, but learn to read the room, learn to develop your understanding of people around you, who you should approach, who you shouldn't approach. Trust your gut with that, okay? And also you when you have experiences of the bad experiences, you kind of understand how to read it before you even get yourself in that position. So that's a big key as well. And also remember as well, never ever take it personally if someone doesn't want to talk to you or doesn't want to socialize or have a conversation. There's a few signs or signals that can give you, that someone or an individual can give you if they do not want to conversate or talk to you. And that is, they just give you one word answers. If they give you one word answers, that means that this individual probably doesn't want to be talked to. Number 2, they just silent and ignore you. That's another good sign that they do not want to be talked to. Another thing is, if they seem quite angry or annoyed or something, you will learn to read it. You'll learn to read it. Never take it personally. Be respectful, be nice, and move on with your day. It's not your fault. It doesn't really matter. It's about the reps. Just like in the gym. When you are doing reps in the gym, and in this analogy, you're practicing your social skills, you're doing a bicep curl, and you're doing the weight, right? The individual reps actually matter, right? But an accumulation of a set. So a set of 10, a set of 12, a set of 8, whatever. You're meant to bust it out till, you know, and do every rep. All the reps help each other to then progress and build the muscle to make it stronger, to make it more defined, to make it better, right? So just like when you're practicing the social skills, the more reps you do in a single set, let's say a single day, the better, because it's going to build the muscle of your social skills. So it practices your muscle of social skills, which then improves it over time. Okay, so it's the big thing, all right? You don't have social anxiety. Choose to believe things that actually benefit you. All right, if you believe that you have social anxiety and there's no chance that you can socialize with someone, then it's true. But if you believe that it's possible to work on it and improve in it over time, then that is possible too. Give yourself a chance, keep faith, keep trying, and over time you will be able to be a more confident person. I promise you.